thank you for joining me once again. Today we will do a very simple project. It's going to be a digital clock with only JavaScript. And another thing is, if you're new to my channel, hi, how are you? My name is Eleftheria and I'm really glad that you're here. As I said, we are going to do a really simple project, but clock and timing is really important in JavaScript, and I'm thinking the next few days to do a more complicated project, so that's why I wanted to start with a really simple one. Now, in the description box you can find all the details that you may need. I'm using CodePen, again the link in the description, and I'm also going to use an image. You can find it in the description, and as always, it's nice to code the same time as I'm coding. And if you do the project that I'm doing, then find me on Twitter and share with me the link there so I can see your project. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. In HTML, I don't have anything. As you can see, HTML is empty. CSS is empty. We are not using any library, and the same goes for the JavaScript. And in the HTML here, I have only typed the words body, but that's it. Now I will start with the HTML, then we will go to the CSS, and last but not least the JavaScript. But I have to say that the HTML and CSS part are going to be like really simple. Okay, so here I'm going to add the first div, and let's also add a header one, and in this header is going to be the digital clock. Okay, I can also add an ID that I will use both in the CSS and in the JavaScript. So let's name this card time from current time. Okay, and maybe in the image I can also, maybe in the body I can add the image that I was talking about. So let's do it like ID and what should I name it? Maybe top image, because maybe you want to add more images, so let's give it like that. So I will copy that one. Let's go back to the CSS, and I'm just copying and pasting because I'm sure that later I'm going to forget about it, and a lot of times I have messed up with the names and the variables, so I know myself. So let's start typing some things about the body. I don't really want a lot of things. Maybe I can only add the margin and maybe even the padding. This is the standard properties that I always like to use. And if you're having like 0, it doesn't matter if you use 0 pixels or just 0, it's like the same thing. And the last thing that I will add is the minimum height, and here I will go with 100%, and that's it. Oh my god, here's the first mistake. This should be top image, and I hope that this one, yep, it is top image. Okay, we found one small mistake, but now we are good to go. So for the top image, I will need maybe the background image. So let's take it from here, and it's going to be a URL, and then here. Okay, now I'm using Unsplash to find images, and again this link can be found in the description. So here I have typed Mars, and I have like a lot of beautiful images, and I was watching a documentary the other day, so that is where my inspiration lies. I already found an image. It's this one. I'm going to copy it, go back to CodePen, and let's paste it here. Okay, what else should I add? I think that I will add the background repeat, which is the name. I think it's background repeat, but I'm not sure. Okay, first I need this thing, and then background repeat, I think. Yep, so I want no repeat. Where is the no repeat? Here it is. Okay, So then we have the no repeat, and it looks like that. So you can have the whole image, which I think that it looks pretty decent, pretty okay. I mean, of course, you can play more with the images and you can find what you prefer, but for me, like, this seems cool. And the last thing that we will do is to work a little bit with H1. And again, I'm using header 1, but of course you're free to use whatever you like. Let's pick black. I think it has like a better contrast with that image. And I want a big font size, like a really big one. So let's say let's start typing the JavaScript part, which, trust me, is going to be short and sweet. We don't need a lot of things. The first thing that we are going to need is probably a variable, and this variable is going to be current time. It's going to be actually the same one as I have here, so we'll copy that and paste it. Oops, this is not what I wanted. Come on, copy, and then here I'm going to paste it, and then again I can use document.getElementById. Get element, where is that? Get element by ID. Get element by ID, okay. And inside here again we will have that current time, which should be the same as you have like up in the H. Okay, now the next thing that we want is a function that it will take the time and it will update it. So let's start with the function, which will be called update time. Okay, we are going to write 2 functions and that's it. Our digital clock is going to be up and running. We will have a variable, I will name it time, or maybe time now, or you could have it also as a current time. But anyway, so let's have the new date here. This is how you take the date that corresponds in the area that you are, because maybe you and I have like different hours, different time zones, but that's how we are taking the date. So now I want to take the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. To do so, I will have like HH for hour, and I'm going to have time now, and we're going to take the get hour or get hours function, and then I'm going to do the same for the minutes, but this time obviously is time now dot get minutes. Okay, and after that we also have this one, which will be time now dot get seconds. Cool. And last but not least, we will need to format it. You can have it like as PM or AM, and I don't know what you prefer, but I usually prefer to have it in like a 24-hour kind of thing, but we can play also a little bit with the format. So let's also create the format here with AM or PM, and this will be something like if HH is greater than 12. Okay, let me think a little bit about that. So it should be okay like this. So if it's greater than 12, we have the PM, else go with AM. Okay, I think that we are good here. So the last thing that we want is to have it like this, and specify the hours, mod 12 or 12. Okay, so now we will start working on the thing, on the variable that is going to be visible into the HTML. I will start typing the current time, but bear in mind that we also need one more function. So inner HTML, okay, it's going to be first the hour, and then you need to show that to the HTML, obviously. So let's first type the span, and here I can have that in double quotes like so. Okay, and here again I'm missing this thing, the columns, so that's right. But now I want to take the minutes and I want to update them every time, but I haven't showed that function, so I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to leave that as it is, and I'm going back here on the second line or on the third line to create another function. This function will update our current time. It's second, let's say. So I will name that function zeropattern, and with an n parameter. And here I will just need a return with, let's say, %t. And this is the tricky part. So again, like, be a little bit careful when you're typing and try to understand what its thing is doing. Okay, so we will have it like so. I'm sorry about it, it's a bit difficult to type and think and speak at the same time, but I'm hoping that I'm getting better into that. And also some of you mentioned that my voice isn't loud enough and you cannot hear me very well. So now I'm also trying to speak a little bit louder, and I hope that's okay. Alright, so we have the zeropattern, and now we will going to add the minutes. And then again, I'm going to copy this whole part, but this time I don't want the minutes, but instead I want the seconds. And then the last time we are going to have a plus, like so, and again another plus. And we will add the format AM and PM. And pretty much, believe it or not, we are done. Yes, we are missing a few more lines of code, but everything is almost done. So for set timeout, which is a function that we have already used in other videos as well, we are going to update the time every 1000 milliseconds or every second. And now, can you guess what we're missing? We are missing only one thing, which is to update the time. Okay. And probably I have done something wrong, because I can see here I have like this exclamation mark that I shouldn't. So let's check what's wrong with my function. Okay, I think that maybe here is my mistake. So let's check this. It's current time dot inner HTML equals hours and then span. Okay, we have that, and then again zeropattern with, okay, here I think it's the problem. I should have a plus. Yes, 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 come on. Yeah, and this is it, guys. This is our digital clock, and of course there are a million ways to recreate the same project in JavaScript. There are a lot of libraries and other stuff like that, but I think that this is one of the simplest ways. And as I said in the beginning of this video, we are going to do some other projects with the time event, so that's why I also wanted to show you this simple way. Alright guys, that was it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you really soon. Have an amazing day. Bye!